Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of TCG Talk, back today with another video. In today's video, we're going to go over the two decks that you saw yesterday on our Commoner Battle Series episode 1. If you haven't checked it out, the link will be down in the description below. Make sure you go look at the gameplay. Me and my buddy Breezy are doing Commoner battles with all the heroes that are available to Commoner. We're going to make Commoner decks for each hero. We're going to do at random, completely at random, like a dice roll matchups, and we're going to see, what we can do with the decks. But I'm going to go over each deck today and kind of give you a gist of what each deck was about. So if you haven't checked out the video, go check it out. If not, here's the decks we are running. So yesterday's matchup was Briar into Katsu. My buddy Breezy was running Briar. I was running Katsu. We'll go ahead and go over mine. He ended up beating me 2-0 in a best of 3. Briar honestly is one of the best heroes in the Commoner format right now. It's in my opinion, it's not close. Briar's really good. Chain's really good right now, in my opinion. Rhinar can be really good. There's a couple good decks, but Briar, the thing about Briar is her deck really doesn't change that much. So it's definitely an uphill matchup. But for me, for my Commoner build, I won't go too in-depth into these. So like we said in the video, one thing we wanted to do is try to stay true to the heroes. So we're not making these crazy janky builds with like a bunch of generic attacks and stuff like that. Like we're really trying to stay true to what that hero is trying to do. So you'll kind of see that in these builds. For my Katsu build, I simply went with a typical aggro Katsu build, right? I wanted to go as wide as I possibly could. Basically with Katsu, most of his like combo starters and the next card in those combo lines are generally common cards. The rares are like the second half of the combos, right? So like in Surging Strike and Whelming are commons, and then McGinty is a S, and then or like a super rare, and then Lord of Wind is a majestic, right? And then with Head Jab line, which you see in here, Head Jab's a common, Open the Center is a common, but then like Flusterfist and Pounding Gale are rares and such. So and then same with Leg Tap and Rising Knee Thrust are commons, and then Blackout Kick and Hurricane Technique are not. So you get to keep the first half of each combo line, which is nice. You lose out. You can't use like stuff like Ancestral Empowerment, which doesn't help. You can't use 100 Winds or Winds of Eternity. So stuff like that, those cards get knocked out. And basically the Torrent Tempo line, the only thing you can use is Torrent. So a lot of the second half of the combos are knocked out. So what we had to do is we had to replace it with good value, go again, go wide cards. So what I was trying to do was, with the core of my deck, I was trying to have the first 2 of each combo line, and then the rest of my deck just be good go wide aggro cards. So we have the Head Jab line in here with one Open the Center just to try to push through damage. Good to close out games. Also good to lead in with games. So we have that 2 Head Jabs, 1 Open the Center, nothing else in that line, as well as 2 blue Head Jabs just for a little bit more aggro. For the Leg Tap line, we have 2 red Leg Taps and 1 red Rise and Knee Thrust with 2 blues to help with pitch and block. And then we have the Surging Strike line with 2 Whelming Gust Waves and 2 Surging Strikes to try to do well with that. What else we went ahead and did is, since we don't have access to Ancestral Empowerment, or even bigger than that, we decided to put in Nimblism. I typically don't like this card in Katsu, but for Commoner, it's really good to get your Leg Tap to hit for 7, or your Head Jab to hit for 6, or something like that. The other type of Katsu build you could do in Commoner, honestly, is a Minnowism build. You could go with that, like run like full Ride the Tailwinds with Head Jab and, with cards like that to try to, help get Minnowism buffs. But the only good and bad thing is you're not running Mask of Momentum in this Commoner build, right? Like we have Breaking Skills, Cross Strap, Hope Merchant's Hood, and Snapdragon's Killers. And since you're not running Mask of Momentum, you don't have to worry about breaking the chain as much, because doesn't really matter, as much unless it's a combo card, right? You're trying to hit off of. So Nimblism can work a little bit better. Ravenous Rabble, just a good, solid go again aggro card. 2 Razor Reflexes, 2 Scar for Scars, full set of Ride the Tailwinds. Looking back on it, probably could take out the yellow Ride the Tailwinds and put in something else just to kind of give it a little bit more aggro, maybe some Flying Kick even, something like that. The yellow Ride the Tailwind just didn't do as much. I was just trying to go a little bit wide and present a little bit more damage. 2 Surging Strikes, 2 Twin Twisters, the 2 Whelming Gust Waves, the 2 Torrents, and then 2 Salt Ruins. I love these for pitch for Gadachis. It's a block 3, which is really nice. And most of the time, these cards hit for 4, if not 5, depending on how wide you went that turn. So really good for that. But yeah, pretty simple deck, very straightforward in what I'm trying to do. And the sideboard just have Null Rune for Kano. Like we didn't really care as much about sideboard, so that's kind of how that deck went. For his deck, Very powerful deck. Probably one of the best decks in the format because of this card right here. Ball Lightning is a common, which is just nuts. So he's running Ether Iron Weave, Hope Merchant's Hood, Mark of Lightning, Snapdragon Scalers. Mark of Lightning is one of the scariest cards that you don't think about in Commoner, and I'll tell you why. Ball Lightning, they changed its ruling. So now the replacement effect happens automatically, right? So if you play Arcanic Shockwave fusing a Ball Lightning, it now automatically starts out dealing 2 arcane damage. You don't get to choose when that replacement effect happens. So the reason that's important is if you're at 3 life, right, and you're not running Null Rune against this deck, and he plays Arcanic Shockwave, well, 2 of it's going to hit, right? And then all he has to do when you're at 1 life or 2 life is play an attack, because if you block it, he's going to play Mark of Lightning, in which case pings and then kills you, right? Since the attack deals 1 damage to the defending hero, it can go off of the Ball Lightning effect because it's the attack dealing the damage, not the card itself, right? So it's a really weird effect, but this card is amazing for closing out games. It's actually stupid. Arcane Crackle, really good value card, deals 4 damage at 0 cost. You can get this with Go again with the lightning tokens. Arcane Shockwave is really nice. Ball, especially coupled with Ball Lightning. He has Come to Fight in here, good solid commoner pump. Electrifies, Entwine Lightning, Heaven's Claws, Lightning Surge. He's running 4 Nimblisms in the deck. And then Overload. Overload's really good off of Nimblism or off of Come to Fight because it's pretty much guaranteed to hit and it's going to have Go again. Off of Come to Fight red or Nimblism red, Overload's hitting for 6 Dominate, in which case in Commoner it's going to hit unless they're running like Unmovables or something. So it's going to get that Go again. And then he's running 2 Wounding Blows, which I thought was interesting. This is just a good 0 cost 4, Go again card. There's other cards you could put in here, but again, we were just looking for good, solid decks. And then Bramble Spark, just to keep getting those little ping damages. It's basically what he's using it for. So anyway, but yeah, that's his deck. He beat me 2-0, pretty solid deck. Definitely check out the deck list in the description below. Let me know what you think. And yeah, 2 really good decks. We started off with 2 honestly really solid decks overall. The games were definitely close. He just had a little bit more aggro of a presence. That arcane split damage just really helped him out. But yeah, if you like this, I'm gonna keep doing quick deck techs after every game that we do. Let me know what you think of them. Not super in depth, just kind of give you an idea what the lists look like and what our thought processes were. Yeah, and if y'all keep liking the Commoner content, let us know. Let us know what matchups you'd like to see. Even if we don't get to that specific matchup, maybe after we do all the heroes, we'll go back and do specific head-to-head matchups. So let me know. Yeah, hope you all have a great rest of your week, and I'll see y'all next time on TCG Talk. Thank y'all so much.